Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and it looks like we have some news, potential news, that we might be getting Doctor Who animations for the 60th anniversary after all. The Mirror has reported, in an exclusive, they said, that lost Doctor Who episodes brought back using cartoons to mark 60th anniversary. That 2 stories from the 60s will be drawn and released on Blu-ray and DVD. It says, to mark the show's 60th anniversary this year, 2 stories are being drawn and released. They are William Hartnell's penultimate story, The Smugglers, and Patrick Troughton's 3rd adventure, The Underwater Menace, which of course are both 4-parters. Episodes 2 and 3 of The Underwater Menace have been recovered, but only brief clips from The Smugglers exist. An insider said fans had been delighted as the show's 4th season has slowly been restored through animation, because both stories are indeed from season 4, which is where the majority of the animations have been done, since season 4 is in such rough shape before they started getting animated. Only 10 out of 43 broadcast episodes still exist, so we're getting to see the missing classics. It says last year the BBC ended the release of animated versions after BBC America stopped funding the restoration of early stories, but new funding has been arranged. BBC bosses plan to colorize certain stories from the Hartnell and Troughton era, 63 to 69, for broadcast next year. This is likely to include the very first story, An Unearthly Child, so they may be colorizing surviving episodes as well. Not sure how I feel about that. The animation deal is not connected to the show's tie-in with Disney+. I think that's important to note. And it says UK TV is also having 2 of Tony Hancock's episodes, 12 Angry Men and The Blood Donor, colorized for broadcast this year. I'm an American. I have no idea what that is. So, the Mirror oftentimes is right about animation news. There's been several times, I think, with like Evil and Snowmen, and I forget, there was another one too. A lot of times they are the ones that are the first ones to know what the next animation is going to be. So I usually trust their word when they have news on animations. They're usually pretty spot on. And they knew about Abominable Snowmen way ahead of time. So I believe this. I mean, it still might not be true, but I believe it. I'm curious for more news to come out, because Gary Russell had already said no more animations were in the works. Of course, he could have just been keeping a lid on it, you know, because they weren't ready to announce anything. But I am curious to find out if they're going to release around the same time, if they'll be throughout the year, how long have they been worked on? Is this something they're just starting work on them, which means it would be a hard rush to finish them by the end of the year. And I don't want to end up with Fury from the Deep rush job animation. I'd rather them take their time and get the animation right. Like, say, Galaxy 4 was much improved. Abominable Snowmen was much improved over Fury, because Fury's was rushed. I would much rather them take their time with it. So I don't know when they'll be released. Supposedly this year for the 60th anniversary, but will they come out at the same time? Will they come out close together? You know, something in November. I love the fact they're doing another Troughton and another Hartnell, and I love the fact they're both from season 4. I love season 4. It's my favorite Troughton season, as I've talked about before. I've always wanted to see The Smugglers. I've always wanted to see Underwater Menace. Even though I know half of Underwater Menace survives, I've never watched the DVD. I've never bought the DVD, because I heard that recon is just atrociously bad. Now, the other news that they're going to be colorizing some of the existing episodes, like An Unearthly Child. Not really too keen on that, to be honest. I think 60s Doctor Who was meant to be seen in black and white. It was made to be seen in black and white. I feel like they should just leave it alone and put that money towards other stuff, like take the colorization money and put it towards the animations, you know. But who knows? Maybe they'll look good. I look at how hard it was for them just to animate some of the John Pertwee stuff, like Mind of Evil, especially Mind of Evil Episode 1. And it seems to me that's too much money and effort for something that doesn't need it to begin with. Also, with Underwater Menace, will they be animating the whole thing, or just the 2 missing episodes? Half the story exists. I don't feel like they should need to animate the whole thing. I know that's kind of their policy now, but 50% of the story exists. It seems like a waste of time and money. And if you're going to do that, is it going to be color and black and white? I feel like it would. I feel like they'd animate the whole thing, put it in color and black and white. Although they could just animate the missing episodes, do those in color and black and white. Then I guess the surviving episodes, you could colorize those, since they're talking about colorizing surviving episodes anyway. And you can watch those in black and white or color. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Underwater Menace. I'm sure with all of Smugglers being missing except for some clips, it'll be, you know, naturally completely animated in color or black and white. So I really am looking forward to finding out more news about this, but interesting, very exciting to know, very exciting to see that, you know, this early into 2023, Doctor Who's already getting some love. I'm fired up to see what all is going to happen with this wonderful, wonderful show that I love this year. So what are your thoughts on this, and what would you like to see done for it? Comment down below and let me know. Also, don't forget to go ahead and click the like button and the subscribe button. That helps me out. My goal this year is to reach 1,000 subscribers. So I would appreciate any help toward that if you enjoy my content. I also have a Patreon that helps me keep the bills paid if you would like to support what I do. There's a link to that down in the description below. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Finn Perkins, and Colin Coney. I appreciate their support as I do the support of all of my patrons. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me to look at and review, as well as a link to my Amazon wish list as well. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.